Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the mindset that sets the most successful entrepreneurs in the game apart from the rest. Today, I have a special treat for you. I pulled this incredible conversation out of the archives from 3 years ago, where I sat down with Jason Phillips, an eight-figure entrepreneur who has transformed his own life, transformed the lives of countless others, and has since actually sold his business for multiple millions. In the interview, we explore the most overlooked factor in business growth, one that often gets overshadowed by tactics and aggressive marketing strategies. Jason believes that true success stems from something much deeper. He's here to share his unique perspective on how personal development and mindset play absolutely critical roles in achieving extraordinary results. 8 years before this event, our guest actually faced huge financial struggles. He couldn't even afford a cup of coffee. And he says that in the interview. But instead of succumbing to his circumstances, he made a pivotal decision. He focused on becoming the right person to attract success. And today he reveals the insights that he gained through his journey from rags to riches. And he emphasizes the importance of taking personal responsibility and the power of self-improvement. So what does it take to shift from feeling stuck to actually achieving true financial freedom? How can you cultivate the mindset that propels you toward your goals? We're going to dig into this. Jason is just so invaluable with the lessons he's learned. And if you want to learn more about these concepts, I encourage you to jump on the pre-sale list for my brand new book, Consciouspreneur, What to Do When the Hard Work Stops Working. Get free access to 25 plus video trainings on how to train your mindset for success. Jason and I will be working together on this project as well. He's going to be helping me launch this book. Enjoy this conversation. I hope you enjoy it half as much as I did.
I believe that every single person has an opportunity. And if there's rags to riches stories that exist, then anybody that is in the rags can create riches. By the way, 8 years ago, bro, I couldn't afford coffee. Right. So I understand what it's like to be at the bottom of the barrel and understand that I don't have resources. I didn't have money. I didn't have people. I had to figure it out. And at the end of the day, I didn't acquire anything in my life that pulled me out of poverty. I became the person that was going to acquire the skills that would drive me out of poverty. And I think that's what so few people want to accept as the true gift, as the true thing that they need. And so they want to push all of the responsibility onto others or onto tactics or onto programs or onto courses. And you know what it's like, man. You've worked with great clients and you've worked with shit clients. And the shit clients simply don't take responsibility. The great clients take responsibility. The action steps were the exact same. Your advice was the exact same. So why is one person successful and one person sucks shit? It comes down to the individual. And nobody wants to own that.
Yeah, that's I'm thought when you tell me that story, I think of another person I had on the show, and she was waiting tables, and then 18 months later she made 500K in her business. And I said, how did you do it? You know, that kind of like basic question. She said, well, the most important thing to understand is that the woman that I am now, the person that I am now, was not the same person that was waiting tables. I became a different person.
Amen.
Amen to that. I mean, that's in my pursuit of, success, whatever you want to call that, whether it's money, whether it's impact, whatever the success is, that's what I've found. The number one thing is that I have to improve myself. I have to get past my shit, whatever it is.
Bro, if everybody just did that, man, everyone would be more successful. Like, fuck all the tactics, fuck everything. Like if tactics didn't exist and you just became a better person in every aspect of your life. And I can tell you now, like, that's why I'm achieving things faster and higher levels than I ever dreamed possible. I'm just in a better place, man. Like,
yes.
And it's so funny because I think back to like where I met you and I was in such a bad place. Yet I was reasonably successful. But I was massively underperforming and I had no clarity. And now I'm in like such a great place and I have all the clarity. It's mind-blowing. And again, there's two types of people that are going to listen to this. There's one that's going to say, yeah, right, that guy's full of shit. Of course he's in a good place, right? He made it. And then there's someone that's going to listen and they're going to be like, no, you know what? I'm in a shit place. I need to be in a better place personally and I'll have everything I want. And if you're that person, man, good on you because you're going to achieve everything you want.
It's just a matter of time.
That's it. At that point. It truly is. It truly is.
Yeah. So speaking to fuck the tactics and like, let's just talk like, so one of the things that we've been considering, and this is going to lead into this next thing that I want to talk about with you is we've been considering, tearing down our whole course, restarting, like basically a rebuild of the course, or of the things that we teach. And a huge part of that is stripping down the tactics, tools, strategies to like the very, very basic, the minimum effective dose, so to speak, and really ramping up on the belief work, the confidence work, the discipline, the mindset work, all the personal development stuff that you're talking about. And you recently made a post that really, really affected me. I saved it. I've been over it a couple of times, of where you said you decided you're going to take a break from posting on social media. You called it an off season, so to speak, or a season of improvement, and leveling up for your clients inside your NCI community. Can you dig into that more? Because I think that leads to like this kind of like delivery conversation, and the importance of what we're delivering to our clients, so to speak. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, 100%, man. I think, if you were to scroll your social media feed right now and you were to see everybody that's marketing to coaches and course creators, what do you see? You see how to acquire clients, right? And it's funnels, it's sales scripts, it's marketing and sales, right? The end.
Yep.
There is nothing in fulfillment, and there is nothing about ascension inside of fulfillment. And so I like to think in the last 5 years, I figured out a lot around acquisition. And I can candidly tell you, and I'll tell you off air, my numbers from an acquisition standpoint are the best in the space, period, the end. Like, I've compared numbers with some of the biggest names that I know, and they were fucking blown away by my numbers. They were like, how do you acquire so many customers? And I was like, wait a minute. If I acquire so many customers, like, why am I not at their wealth level, right? Why am I not at the bottom line revenue that they're at? And that's when it hit me. I was like, we acquire customers. Our product is really good. Our fulfillment of that product is where we need work. And I was like, man. And so then I started looking at it from the ascension model, and I was like, holy shit, I see where we're missing the boat. Number one, we were missing a lot of revenue. Number two, our customers were missing a critical component of the experience. And I was like, well, fuck this. I don't need to focus on acquisition anymore. I've got so many customers that, number one, already invested in me, put their trust and their hard-earned money in me, and they deserve something better. So I want to deliver that. But number two, if I deliver that, I've got a lot of money inside of my community that I'm also going to be able to build. And so, my current LTV is like 6K per customer, which is okay, right? I do like 120 acquisitions per month. Do the math. It's like $8 or $9 million company, right? Which is about where we're at. And I was like, man, if I could increase my LTV to 20K, right? I could literally go to $25 million a year, solely based off of my current acquisition numbers.
And LTV, long-term value, lifetime value of the clients.
So if I could simply triple my LTV, right? Let's just say 18K,
sure.
Right? If I could triple my LTV, then I can triple my revenue at the current number of
zero new acquisitions,
bro. Meaning I don't need to spend any more in ads. Yeah. I don't need to have any more onboarding people, right? Like, I was like, holy shit.
And then so now you're saving money on the other side of it.
So how many people on Facebook ads are talking about that? Nobody. Right? And I was like, so this is, I said to you candidly before we started, I said, man, I have so many beliefs on this.
Yeah.
I believe the most underutilized component of every business owner right now is their fulfillment systems. And inside of fulfillment, number one is creating raving fucking fans, right? And there's ways to do it. Number two is having measurable statistics about the efficacy of your product, which translates into your advertising. And then number three is having very clear ascension or activation points that create more lifetime value. So as you were talking, right, what I was hearing is you need to create better customers. And so that's what we're doing too, right? So what you said is we're going to start with the bare bones foundations. Well, my guess and my assumption, not knowing anything about your product, is if you created those better foundations, those people that go through that would be more successful in the next phase of your product, correct?
100%.
If they're more successful in the next phase of your product, ascending them to the next product, which is probably the highest ticket, would be easier, correct?
Yep.
Great. So now your emphasis on the front end of a customer coming in is creating more LTV across the board. So fuck acquisition, right? Focus on the people in your fucking community. And that's what most people don't want to understand. Like, if social media goes away tomorrow, if Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and Twitter and TikTok are all gone, who's going to win?
Person who delivers the best product.
The person has the best product. Why?
Because in my opinion, that's going to create renewals and referrals, as you said,
Renewals and
ascension.
referrals. That's your only source of fucking money.
Yeah.
So,
unless you take out an ad in a magazine, right?
Right. Or unless you got a massive email list, right? But let's assume all advertising and marketing is gone and you only rely on renewals and referrals. It's all going to come down to the best quality product. And the reality is, dude, most internet entrepreneurs, they're not that good, right? Yeah. And that's the sad truth. And listen, I don't say that knocking anybody, because for quite some time, I wasn't as good as I could have been. Now